Woo, all right. I had to turn that down a little bit, get a little ambiance going on, I guess. Well, let me make sure this is actually streaming. I guess welcome everybody. This is certainly a different stream than what we normally do here at Fist After Dark. Today we're going to focus on something that I have to do because I am a dungeon master for some friends of mine, and we're going to be creating a world. Well, actually, we're going to be creating a dungeon in Foundry Virtual Tabletop via a web app I have called Forge. And I'm going to kind of show you how I'm doing things. And we're going to create a new monster and throw it into D&D Beyond. And we're going to do a whole bunch of different stuff. So I'm not even going to run the intro. I think I need to turn down the audio a bit, though, because it's still, at least it's loud for me. There we go. Okay, looks like my mic's working. The audio's working. I do have chat up here, kinda. If you want to chat, I'll kind of keep it up, but I'm going to be bouncing around. I don't have it on my main screen. Anyway, let me throw myself over to the main display. Okay, so as you can see, I am at a... Well, let's go to a different site. I use a site called The Forge. And what this is it's a online web hosting service for Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I used to use Roll20. I do have Fantasy Grounds, but to be quite honest with you, they suck compared to Foundry, because Foundry is web-based. It's good. You can do a lot with it, and I have a lot of stuff all over here. I used to run Out of the Abyss. That was a 5-year-long campaign. I guess I need to get my webcam working. There we go. That's a 5-year-long campaign in Out of the Abyss, and we just finished it about a month ago, and I'm taking a few months off, and we're going to continue it into Queen of the Demon Web Pits, which I am adapting from first edition and 3.5. But anyway, this new thing we're doing is we kind of play this round robin DM thing in an evolving story. And I am taking my players to the world of Asheron's Call, which is Dareth over here, which is an MMORPG from the 90s, the late 90s. And I played it a lot. It was my first real one. It was one of the first big three. There was Ultima Online, EverQuest, and AC, and I really liked AC. It was Twitch based. It was, you could kite, you could do all kinds of crazy stuff. It was hard, and I made good friends there, which I still wish I could find some of them, but the lore was different. It's not Tolkien-esque, which D&D is so much Tolkien, so it's just different. And anyway, I am doing an adventure in the world of Asheron's Call. The island that they're on is called Dareth, which is really where the game takes place. And so this is that campaign. I don't want to spoil too much here. If you know the dungeon we're going to look at, please don't put it in the comments. It's a popular dungeon. Don't spoil it, because some of my players might end up watching this. If you're a player in my game, don't watch this video. Don't spoil it for yourself, because then it won't be as fun. And I'll just make it way harder in real time and probably kill your character. So anyway, let's hit. We're going to join the game session as the Dungeon Master. So again, like I said, I use Foundry VTT, which is its own app, and you can host and do all this kind of stuff running it on your computer. But I use a web service called The Forge, which I pay for every month. It's got to migrate all this stuff. I just did a bunch of updates. It's a service I pay for, and it allows me to host this thing online, because I'll either host it here at my computer here, or I'll run it at the game shop, our local friendly game store. And so I need something that works all the time, and the web server is the way to do that. So that's how this is going. Because I did a bunch of updates, it has to migrate a bunch of stuff in here. So there's a few things up here. This is new, magic items. I'm going to close that. Close that, close that, close that, close that. Why is there so many of these up here? Holy crap. Yep, I get it. It's like a bunch of informational type of things, and I don't need all this up here. Okay, 5e migration done. Oh my god. Just okay, thank god. Applying, please be patient. Migrated subclass. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. I have a couple maps up here. One of them is the Renegade Garrison. Of course, they were in the town of Holtberg, and this crazy map is where they're going first. I made this map very simply. I haven't really populated much of it yet, and it's actually based off the real dungeon in Ashran's Call called Renegade Garrison. I made this in God, what a Dungeon Alchemist. That's what it was. That's what I made this in. So there is a level 2. We're probably going to import that tonight. But right now we're working on the Black Catacombs, which is a real dungeon in D&D. If you know this dungeon, it's pretty famous. Please don't say anything, because yeah, my players, I don't want them to get a little crazy. So just to let you know some of the features of this VTT. First up, I know it says game pause. I can unpause it by hitting spacebar. It has lighting effects. It has sound. It has all kinds of different stuff going on. You can see I do have Jawa's character right here, Smoky Dawn. She's a Tabaxi sorceress. And right now I have a daylight mode turned on, but you can see, like, if I get real down into it, these are little pieces of algae. This is a wet floor, and this is like an energy shield. It's just a light effect, but they can't cross it until I let them. So everything here in this gray is like a wet dungeon floor. You can see it goes away when you go upstairs. The way that stuff works is I go to wall controls, and so I've already walled everything off on this dungeon. These yellow, or the kind of whitish yellow lines, are the actual walls of the dungeon. I've already done those. You can see that this guy is a window, but I have certain features for it. It doesn't allow movement through it. If you're within 5 feet, it'll allow light, sight, and sound, and it works both ways. I just have this effect, so the players can't really do much. That's a trap right there. This is there's stuff there, which is why it actually looks very subtly different. It'll look better when I turn off the lights. And then you can see that there is some environmental barriers here, and that's for the sound. If I go to the sound and I turn on my ambient sound preview, kind of hard to hear. You might be able to hear a sound of like water, right? Well, if I mouse over here, you can't hear that. Water sound turns off when you go up the stairs because the water doesn't go up the stairs. But that water sound is present where all these little speaker things are, and anytime when I have this feature on, I can hear it. So basically it's a little bit of ambient music, and the players, it's going to have a watery kind of flair to it. So I'll go ahead and turn that one off. It's like tabletop audio finished. Oh, it's going to repeat. Okay. We might put some audio in tonight. So just to give you an idea of kind of how some of this works for a player. I have the DM controls on, of course, so if I click Smoky Dawn, right now you can see all this stuff because I'm the DM and I can see that stuff. Normally the players wouldn't be able to see that stuff. Smoky Dawn is a tabaxi and she has dark vision. So what Jawa will see when he's on the screen, he'll just basically see the stuff that's lit up with dark vision. And as he moves his character, say 10 feet, well, that'll happen, right? And let's say he keeps going. Well, he can see little light effects over there and things like that. I'll actually go into the lights and I'll actually turn the lights off. And so you can see this dungeon got way darker, right? And this is how they're going to have to play it. I have a projector that projects on top of our table in our game shop. And so we turn the lights down and we have some sound playing. We have a computer back there and I have the projector projects basically this, but on a player version of it. And then behind me as a DM, I have this website called Improved Initiative, which I'll show you guys a little bit later on. And so they can see their initiative order and when the monsters are up and kind of if the monsters are damaged and stuff like that. And we also use D&D Beyond. So I'll actually show you Smoky Dawn and some of the other characters, how I have to import them and stuff. But here's the map and here's kind of what it looks like. This is what Jawa would see. See, it's much darker now. Yeah, the dark vision makes, you can see, but it's kind of this black and white effect. Now, if it was just Jawa, now we can see all these other lights up here. He wouldn't be able to see any of that. He'd just be able to see this kind of wall of force. And there's actually a monster here that has a riddle. So another thing Jawa could do is he could, let's say his character's a female. Let's say she casts the light spell. So there's Smoky Dawn, right? I like this new character sheet. Looks pretty dope. So I haven't seen this new character sheet yet. It's different. So we're gonna go to our token. We're gonna create light, and let's say the light spell. I think it's 10-foot dim, 20-foot bright light, something like that. And we'll update the token. And so now you can see that the light moves with the token, right? Let's say they created the light spell on themselves. Right, and so they're going to move again. You can see the light moves with them. It does kind of remember with Fog of War, the old areas, but it's grayed out because you can't see it. Now let's say Smoky Dawn moved up here. Let's say they actually got through. As the DM, I can actually move them through this barrier. They end up coming to this fork in the road, right? And while they're standing here, they basically have to pick which way they want to go. To the west, to the north, or to the east. So we're going to develop some stuff to the east. You see, it's really hard to see a lot of this stuff. It is actually supposed to be dark in here. I am going to be bouncing back and forth to the actual text and kind of go from there. So we will bring Smoky Dawn back down there. Back down there. And boom. Okay. We will lighten the scene back up. You can see I just added some little lights here for that. I made the algae kind of phosphorescent that you'd kind of be able to tell it's algae on the ground, but who knows what it's going to be. These are some notes just for me. I'm the only one who can see him as the DM. If the players actually were out here, they could see him, but I actually walled it off, so the players can't see through walls. And I got everything in here walled. I have some doors are locked, some doors are secret. These are environmental type of things. So if I had a player character up here, to give you an example, like they could, let's say I have a player right here. They could see through this first green line, but they can't see through the second. And that's, picture yourself walking, like looking up the stairs. Your view is going to be limited to what you can see. I should probably move that line to the top of the stairs. That makes more sense. There. Right there. So they can kind of see something at the top of the stairs, probably ish. But it is dark in there too. And there is no movement restriction on these where there is on some other ones. These are just called environmentals. So, and it works the other way too. Like if you're standing here, you can see the stairs. But you can't necessarily see what's at the bottom of the stairs. And there's a bunch of water down there. So, anywho, I should probably let the sound go through this guy. Sound. That means when I go to the sound, oh, looks like it's flowing all the way through. We don't want it to flow through this guy. Sound is limited. The sound is still going there. Interesting. Let's do that. I'm not sure that'll make a difference, but movement none, light, proximity. Well, we should do a sound proximity. Let's say when you're within 10 feet. Walls both. Sight would be limited. Update that wall. Back to our sound. Okay, it does cut off there. Interesting. Anyway, I can update that stuff later. That's minor stuff. So let me pull up this adventure. I actually have my DM map on my other screen, which I'm not going to show you. We need to do stuff in certain rooms. First thing I want to do is I have a room up here where I have a bunch of golems. You can tell I have a magma, fire, diamond, steam, and why does it say gallant steel? It should just say steel. I don't like it when it decides to make its own names. So now it's back to a steel golem, but the thing is, these golems are pretty tough. And I don't know if I want them all in here like this. I did add some kind of lighting and fire effects to the fire golem, also to the magma golem, to the diamond golem, and to the steam golem. Not the steel golem. But if they go to battle with all of these at once, it'll wipe the party. There's no way they can beat all 5 of them at once. So what I want to do is create a new golems, basically. That makes sense. No chat yet. Actually, let me bring up my chat. Where are you? There we go. Just so I can see if anything happens. Dashboard. Not used to doing this in real time. No, I don't think anybody's watching right now, but that's okay. If you're watching this in the future, that's cool with me, guys. I hope you are enjoying watching some of this stuff. So I do have my chat up here, so if anybody does end up chatting with me. So we're gonna bring up. Oh, hey, what's up, Kalis and Tailgater? What's up, guys? Hello, gents. We are not sure if you've been watching the whole stream or if you're in the current aspect of it. We are working on a D&D adventure I'm making for Jawa and some other folks. So continuing on, we're gonna bring over our handy dandy ChatGPT up here. You can see I've created some characters and some pictures, and Dolly 3 does some pretty good artwork. I think it's pretty good. Try something different. Let's try infiltration. Okay, try something different. So anyway, we need to do two things with ChatGPT. With ChatGPT 4, it is interesting, Gator. It's you're gonna see how I like to use tools, as you guys know, to do custom things for stuff, and I'm a very big proponent of digital tools. So we are actually going to open a ChatGPT 3.5, which I have unlimited use of. ChatGPT 4, I can only do 30 or 40 prompts every 3 hours. So and it's the only one that does image generation. So I save it for its own thing. But over here, I've created a bunch of stat blocks for monsters, and I mean, this thing's long. So we're gonna talk with ChatGPT. Let's create a 5e stat block of I want to do a flesh golem, but I want it to have a twist to it, of a flesh golem, but I want it to have a twist to it, and I can't think of a good name right now. Not really undead or a zombie golem, but something twisted. Can you give me a list of 20 options? So let's see if it does the options before it does the stat block. Sometimes ChatGPT gets a little weird. This music is too, hyped. Let's do the halfling sneak. If you guys don't know, there is a site. And if you're a DM or something like that, oh, blood spitter. That's pretty good, Gator. Let's see what it comes up with. There's a site here called Tabletop Audio, and you can actually download these tracks, and I pull them into Foundry. And there's some great music here, some good ambient effects. There's some sound effects, but it's how I did the bubbling pools, and how I do some of the stuff for audio. Some of it. So let's see. Aberrant, abomination, cadaverous monstrosity, mutant hybrid, fleshbound, blood spitter. Like almost like I like Gator's recommendation, blood spitter. Almost like a blood golem. I like it. So Gator, I'm going to go with your recommendation. Let's make a 5e stat block for a blood golem. Not made of blood, but leaks and drips blood everywhere. And it will have blood powers. The creature will be, now I have to give it a challenge rating. The other golems are CR 12. And the group is level 12. So 5 CR 12s against 5 CR 12s would be a hell of a fight, but those golems have special abilities. It would smoke the party, if not kill half of them. The blood could be poison. Maybe. I think a different effect of the blood might be good. Let's let ChatGPT do its thing. That's why I'm using it. The creature will be CR. I'm gonna have 5 of them, and all 5 could attack. But let's not make it a sissy fight. So the creature will be CR. Should I do 8? Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be rough. The creature will be CR8. It will be large in size, about 9 feet tall. The blood powers are not poison, because what poison does in D&D is it basically, if a character's poisoned, they have disadvantage on pretty much everything until it's cured. We have 2 paladins, so plus they're already behind on their magic usage and stuff, and I don't want to put them too much into the hole. I want them to kind of fight these things. Blood powers are not poison. but may offer some kind of spell resistance. Add in multi-attack, two issues of the slam attack. That's pretty standard for a golem. And then have another unique action that is on a recharge of 5 to 6. Then give it a bonus action. And a reaction to use blood shield against magical spells. And yeah, let's see what it comes up with here. Okay. 3-5 writes it so fast. So, okay, it's a large construct neutral, armor class 17. That's pretty tough. 168 hit points, and there's 5 of these. It move 30 feet. It's strong. Got a high con, decent wisdom. Perception skill. Okay. It's immune to poison, psychic, and then everything from non-magical attacks. That's pretty standard for a golem. Condition immunities, that's all pretty standard. It has dark vision. It can understand but can't speak any language, just CR8. Okay, blood reservoir. The blood golem constantly leaks and drips blood, creating a pool of viscous fluid around it. Any creature starting its turn within 5 feet of the blood golem must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw. Or take necrotic damage from contact with the blood. Okay, I'm down with that, because that means they have to be nimble on their feet if they're going to be using melee against them. Now, it threw blood shield up here as just like a trait. Recharge 5 to 6. When the blood golem is targeted by a spell, it can use this reaction to absorb the magical energy. Blood golem gains, so that is the reaction. The blood golem gains resistance against that spell's damage type until the end of its next turn. Damn, that's okay. So it's basically using its reaction to gain a resistance against the damage type of the spell. Like it. Takes 2 slam attacks. There's a slam attack. Blood manipulation. The golem can unleash a torrent of its own blood at a target within 60 feet. Damn, I like the reaction, and I'm going to take off the recharge because you can only use a reaction once per round. So it doesn't need a recharge. So it can unleash a torrent of its own blood at a target within 60 feet. The target must make a DC 16 con saving throw, taking necrotic damage on a failed save. Okay. Have as much on a successful one. That means it's going to do some damage no matter what. Blood that hits the target pulls at its feet, creating a zone of difficult terrain in a 10-foot radius around the creature. Damn. Okay, nice. Bloodied Fury. This is not a big room, by the way. The room is small, so interesting. When the blood golem is reduced to half its maximum hit points, it gains advantage on attack rolls until the end of its next turn. I'll probably take that out. That's pretty tough. Blood regeneration. At the start of its turn, it regains 10 hit points for each creature currently affected by blood reservoir. I like that, meaning it's sucking in their blood. I like that. Blood absorption. When the blood golem hits a creature with a slam, it regains hit points equal to half the damage dealt. I like that too, because it's absorbing more blood. And then it gave it another action for some reason. Blood Grasp. The blood golem targets one creature within 10 feet. The target must make a DC 16 strength saving throw or be grappled. The grappled creature takes necrotic damage. So let's get rid of Blood Grasp and Blood Fury. But add in a bonus action. See what it does. Okay, so it's gonna do all that. Did it? Blood absorption, blood regen that took those out. Oh, so blood regeneration. Blood regeneration can use this bonus action to regain hit points. Each creature. Okay, I'm down with that. I'm down with that being its bonus action. But I think I want to add in blood absorption as well. Okay, so this is pretty good. Now, write up a monster characteristics description. I have to be able to describe this guy. In addition to that, I need you to write a prompt for image generation software that will create a very detailed image of this blood golem in an aggressive and super dangerous and evil stance slash pose in a dungeon setting. Yeah, dungeon setting. Okay, it's decent with doing these prompt generations. What Tailgater say? Will the other golems be affected due to the size of the room? No, we'll put something in there that says blood golems cannot affect other blood golems. Throw that in there. Okay. It's gonna write a prompt. It's pretty detailed. Okay, let's take this. Let's go into monster images and we will see what ChatGPT 4 comes up with for Dolly 3. Crap, I should have told it 16 by 9. We'll see what it comes up with. So we're gonna open up D&D Beyond. I'm gonna go to create monster, homebrew monster. I am going to type in we'll just use the steel golem as a template. And we'll call this blood golem. Version 1, it's a construct. Its challenge rating is 8. It's unaligned. It is a large size. Okay, so now I have some basic stuff that I keep in here for the golems. So we're going to take its traits here. It's blood shield, blood reservoir. Actually, I think the shield is a reaction. We'll add this in there. Drop this down a little bit. Okay, so immutable form, that stays in there. All golems have magic resistance. They have advantage on saving throws. And then all their attacks are magical. The blood shield is a reaction, so we'll cut that out. We'll throw that into reactions. Then we'll come up here to the multi-attack and the slam. Throw that in here. Blood manipulation, that's part of its actions. Right? That's where he unleashes the torrent. Okay. And then its bonus action is blood regeneration. Go down here to bonus actions. So note blood golems do the golem effects do not affect any other blood golems. Here we go. Okay. So there's gonna be 5 of them. So we have some basic stuff. Let's take our description of the blood golem. We're gonna throw that in there. It's pretty basic stuff. All that's in there. It's not legendary, mythic. It doesn't have layer actions. Now we got to put in its stats. So I'm going to throw this window over there while I can type in his stats. That's 17. Natural armor. Passive perception is 12. Hit die is 16. D10 plus 80. Average hit points 168. Strength 20. Dex 12. Con 20. Intelligence 3. Wisdom 10. Charisma 1. That goes away. It's not immune to fire. It's immune to poison and psychic. Piercing / all the damage except it has to be non-magical. It's immune. So regular weapons, it is immune. Functioning from non-magical attacks. Okay, so adamantine doesn't even matter here. Condition immunity is already in there, and this would be probably just Underdark and Urban. It'd be basically, it should have dungeon in there, but it doesn't. Understands those words. Its senses, it has dark vision of 60 feet, movement of 30. Does have a perception plus. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna save it first. While it's saving, let's see what. Oh, error creating the image. Do it again. Do another image. Sometimes it gets all messed up. Describe the image. I just did. I hate that it says that because I'm unable the content because the content policy. This image is for Dungeons and Dragons. That's why I couldn't do it. It has nothing to do with real life. See if it does it. See if it says it again. I understand, not real life. Oh my god. Come on, OpenAI. Okay. Let me go over here. And open up a different window. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's open up a different one. And since you don't want to play, let's see if Midjourney wants to play. Let's see what Midjourney comes up with. Oh, shoot. I gotta do the action. Do it version 6.0. Then we'll do this again. Need to do that / imagine that version 5.0, and then we'll do it one more time. Version 6.0 AR 16.9. So let it work on 3. I don't know. I like using Dolly. Is the AI figure going to start worshiping demons? It might, dude. I don't like. I asked it one time to make a Golgotha, which is a shit golem, and it like refused to do it because it's like, it goes against our policy. I'm like, what policy? You can't draw poo? I mean, it made me mad. However, the guidelines for the imagery, especially when it comes to graphic and intense, the detailed. Can you make it, but instead of blood, make it black and red viscous liquid? Oh, now it's gonna do it, right? Oh, okay. As long as it's not blood, I'll make it. Yes, fucking AI. All right, so some of these came out good. Let's see what Midjourney actually is out of the bottom for the win. These are okay. This one's very skeletal. I kind of like this guy down here. I don't like the black and white. That dude's not bad either. That was 6.0. 5.0 Midjourney. The background is weird. Why is this a miniature? Why does this have text on it? That guy's not bad though. This guy is not bad, to be quite honest with you. But he's not really dripping the blood. And here's the 16x9. They add in all these windows and stuff, and like, why is there 3 down here? I don't mind this guy, but I need a bigger figure. So let's take 2. Let's upscale 2. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to... Yeah, we're going to upscale 2. And then we're going to look at this one. Can't decide whether it's 2 or 4. It's not 1 or 3. I kind of like 2 the best. Okay, we're going to upscale 2 again. So something we can do with these upscales here. So we can take this image and now we can zoom it out. So we're going to, let's say we're going to zoom it out 2 times. For this guy, let's I don't want to make variations on it. Let's just see what happens when we resubmit the same prompt with variations on this image. Then this guy, I think we want to zoom out just, actually we want to, we're going to have to zoom out a little bit. We might have to pan down. So it's making its things. Let's see what the image it came up with. Oh, that's dope. Oh, I like that so much. I like that its face is featureless. And it's kind of, oh, dude, I think that's it. Why did it creates exactly what I wanted to create, but instead of using blood, it's gonna do, yeah, but it used it fine in 3.5. All right, whatever. We're gonna download that image. That is a cool one, right? That came out dope. Okay, let's see what Discord came up with. I really like this guy too. I'll put it up for a vote here in a second. We'll take a look at the images when they're done. So this guy and its variations. I like the one that's looking straight at me, so we're going to upscale 3. These guys, they all look the same. So we'll upscale 1. They all look the same. Oh. It's not done. It's still working. Okay, this one's still working too. Okay. So this guy is upscaled. And I'll show you some tricks of things we can do to get rid of that stuff. He's not bad. He's just not as good as the other ones. Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll open them up in the browser and we will save the image. Downloads. Yay. These guys. I like all the mess on the ground, so we're going to upscale 4 on this one. And then we will open this. Save the image. Okay. What did it come up with for this stuff? Is it still going? No, it's up. So see how it zoomed out, but it made variations with the zoom out. So now we actually have to upscale something and then pan it down. So the one that probably looks the best is the top. I don't know. I don't like all the windows, to be quite honest. Because there's no windows in this room, so we'll upscale 1 here. Then we're gonna hit pan down, and it's gonna recreate the whole dang thing. Up, pan down. What a pain. We might. Oh, man, I kind of liked. I didn't see this. Oh, yeah, I did. We saw that guy. I really liked Dolly's image here, though. That's much more the style I was kind of going for. So let me bring up my downloads window. Let's pick a different tune, shall we? Let's do... Oh, Rise of the Golem. How about that? Here we go. Where are you at? Okay, chat. I guess Gator and Kalis, let me know which one you like best. There's this guy and this guy, and I can get rid of that text, no issue. Well, obviously not that guy. So this golem, we'll say this one's number 1. That one's number 2. And let me find the doll. There it is. And we'll do the Dolly Golem as number 3. Why did it show up over there? Oh, because it's a web. E. We'll use that one as number 3. So let me know if you want 1, 2, 3. I like it running directly towards the camera. So you like that one? You like number 1, Kalis? That's pretty small, though. You think it's small? This one's pretty menacing. It's let me ask it to update this image to make the golem start appear to be walking towards the camera / audience. So I like, okay, yeah, Gator. So Gator likes number 3 the best. So do I. And Kalis likes this one the best. That one is freaky looking. Let's see what Dolly. Let me give Dolly a chance here with this prompt, and then we'll go back to it. See what Mig Journey came up with for this. Oh, his legs are weird looking. Okay, I don't like any of those. We're gonna close that down. Throw this one back up. See how the screen. Yeah, the screen looks good. So, okay. Let's see what you come up with, Dolly. Oh, guys. How dope is that? Let's make this number 4. Kalis, have you changed your mind? Do you like number 4 now? That looks sick. That is straight up like a blood golem. Best one, yes, number 4. You agree, Gator? You like number 4 the best? Dude, the dripping black. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this one's it. Good job, Dolly. Okay. So I need to go over here. I need to rename it as Blood Golem. Okay, now we need to open this into Photoshop. Okay, so here's our Blood Golem. First off, we're going to export this as a PNG so I can actually use it. And then we're going to see how the AI works with removing the background. We'll see. Oh, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Okay, so let's do this. Let's see if we can help it along. Because we want to kind of get a monster... Now I need to open this in Photoshop. Stupid. No, don't save that. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Really? Try to delete it, not fill it. Now I don't know why it won't delete. Okay, let's just try the damn magic eraser. Sometimes this works flawlessly, sometimes it's stupid. I gotta restart Photoshop probably. Oh, that messed it up. Okay. No, that messed it up too. Let me sit down. That's the steam golem. Plasma steel. Let's open up Photoshop again. Okay. Now let's see if you'll actually do what you're supposed to do. Will you just... Oh, it says background. I'm trying to delete this part here. I don't know why it won't delete. Let's see if it'll select the subject. See, it's missing his foot. Not a huge deal. I thought I could add to this mask, though. Maybe not. Modify selection. Other? Yeah, sure. Let's try it. No. Expand the selection. Expand by 100 pixels. That's better. Okay, now I think we can take this guy. We will make a new image, clipboard, paste. Okay. Can you ask AI to regenerate the image without a background, or that would affect the goal? It gets weird because Adobe is not great at a lot of this right now. I'm hoping taking out some of the other background and isolating this, and I hit remove background. See, it removed a lot of background there. That's kind of what I was hoping it would do. So now I can come in with Magic Eraser. I merge my layers. And see, it doesn't like some of that stuff. Yeah. So I'll actually have to come in with the eraser tool. Sorry, I was trying to do this a different way. But it's okay. That's why we do this. It doesn't have to be the most detailed, best thing ever. Because this one is what's going to go into the game as kind of a more detailed icon of what they're going to fight. And we're going to use the real image in D&D Beyond, and it'll also show up on Improved Initiative. So that's what we're trying to do. Hopefully Magic Eraser will work for some of this stuff. Like I could ask it, Kalis, to do stuff, but it would take a while, and then it would probably screw it up, and I'd have to go back. And it's getting better, the AI for Adobe, but it's still, there's a lot to be desired. But it does work fairly well. Okay, now let's try Magic Eraser, see what happens. Okay, that works. That works. It can still be drippy. The players aren't going to know. That's... Oops, not that one. Just trying to leave some blood here. I like that. That's not bad. That's... because it's going to be so small, they're not going to notice a lot of this stuff anyway. The work that goes into just one monster, right? Yeah. That's pretty good. I can ask it to remove the background again and see what happens. Okay. So I like how this one came out. So we're going to export this as Blood Golem transparent. Okay, so now we'll drop that. Ooh, that one's still dope. Okay, so for this Blood Golem, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like you're going to take the egg generator and publish it in the next official source book. What, too soon? I would bet that they're going to start using AI for stuff. But, you know, artists, and, you know. So we're going to add the Blood Golem in. I have to do one avatar at a time because this thing, I can't remember it. Oh, I forgot to add its perception in. Skill. Perception 2. Okay, and then we got to add the other picture back in. Save changes. Okay, so now we're actually going to open up the Blood Golem itself in its page in D&D Beyond. So if someone were to look at my homebrew, this is what would show up. And it has the description, rollable tables, all that stuff, and the picture. And the way I get this in an approved initiative, I have a plugin. I will import the JSON. We'll put it in Dareth and save it. So if I go over here to Dareth and I pop up my Blood Golem, click it, the picture is there. The players will see that on a splash screen. It brings in the right amount of hit points. I have all of its stuff as a DM. I see this screen. I see all the bad guys' hit points, and I can see all its abilities. I can roll dice. I can do all kinds of different stuff. I can go straight to its page, and I can do this for the players too. So if I had, where's my Eberron guys? Oh, they're in under Dare. Okay, so if I brought Smokey in here, this is imported from D&D Beyond. There's Walter's Tabaxi, or Jawa's Tabaxi cat. It doesn't have a ton of stuff in there, but I can pull up the D&D Beyond character, and here's Smokey. Smokey actually has a new AI generated picture. But here's all the Smokey stuff. Or I could click on that and I have the basic stuff that I can see, right? And they would be able to see the hit points and everything like that. So there we go. And then I can fight them and blah, 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 blah. So it's a combat tracker. It's not that complicated. So now we have the Blood Golem in there. We're going to move that back over here. So now we got to bring the Blood Golem into here. And the way we're going to do that is I have because this is a web server, I have an asset library. And we're going to go to Dareth. We're going to go to Maps, Catacombs. And we're just going to drag it in. It'll upload. I can go back over here. I can open up my characters. We're going to create a Blood Golem NPC in the monsters folder. I used to have a thing here where I could just pull its stats from D&D Beyond, but I don't know what's up with that. I don't know. Make it a large size. The important thing for me is to actually bring in the art. Oh, I brought in the wrong one. Whoops. That guy. What did you say, Kalis? All this tech is cool. My group plays Roll20. I used to play with Roll20 a lot. I still miss physically rolling dice, but without the digital tools would be unable to play. Oh, because you're spread out. Yeah, so we play in person, but I use all these tools as the DM. We actually have a computer, and I have my own monitor and keyboard and mouse, and we have a projector. But when the store goes through inventory, we do have to play remote. We can all log into this and play it like this. So it becomes pretty cool doing that. Okay, it looks like there's our transparent golem. And we're going to close them, and we're going to, first off, we're going to delete all these other golems. We're going to bring up our monsters, and it's probably going to have some stupid ass name. Yep, Fiction Blood Golem. Stupid. I don't know why it does that. Blood Golem. That's done. Now I have to go to his token and rename him as Blood Golem. So it is hostile, and then I could give it like it already has dark vision basically. I can give it 60 feet of dark vision. So because the icon is on him right now, he has that. Got like detection modes and blah blah blah. It's got light effects that it can do as well. So like if I wanted to give him kind of like this really weird red flare, I could do that too. So let me just put 1 foot of light on him, and we'll do a deep, like a dark red type of, might not be dark enough. Let's move the intensity up. Something like that. Okay, that's not bad. Then we'll go to an animation. We'll do, let's see. Nope, really. Do I do a fog? Because it can do all kinds of different effects in here, like a flickering light. Works. You can slow it down. Slow down the intensity. Ghostly light. And then I can actually change the way it does it, like an internal type of thing. External, don't like that. Ooh, the color burn effect is pretty dope. Don't want that. Let's go to 0. That is pretty cool. Wonder if the shadows would... No, shadows, we don't want that. Do we want contrast? Nope. There we go. Okay, saturation. Yeah, maybe a little more saturation. Attenuation. Yeah, we want to make this flow internal. There we go. It's luminosity. Now we don't want to make it bright, so we'll keep that at 0. I like the color burn effect though. With the ghostly light, how it's flowing through them. That's pretty dope. We'll even slow down the animation even. There we go. That's not bad. It's a little bright. Can I get some of the intensity? There you go. Now we can kind of see it flowing a little more around. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think you could give him other stuff. There's resources. You can give him his bars, and you can actually do combat in Foundry, but I don't do combat in Foundry because we do it at the table. So they use D&D Beyond. I use Improved Initiative, and we actually roll dice and update stuff in real time. I use Foundry as basically the map, and when I don't have physical minis, I'll bring stuff like this into the game so they can see it, and then I can move it around digitally. You have one that looked like blood mist coming off of him. So this is okay. Let's look at some of the other stuff. There's like a smoke patch type of effect. There's also like a fog. See, but that puts green in there, and I don't like the green. Like a pulsing wave. That's not bad. See, it has the green in there. I don't like the green. Sunburst. Ghostly light's pretty good. Let's look at the smoke patch again. I don't see any green in there. I kind of like that. It kind of highlights it up. So anyway, that is bringing that blood golem in there. Because he has light, now things are actually kind of lit up. Right there. And then we're going to copy. Oh, that one's over emotional. We're going to copy again. Copy. Nope, we're going to move you there. You here. Move you here. And make one more of them right here. Okay. Need help. What's the name on there? I know this is like admin and I hate doing this right now, but if I don't do it, I'll frickin' forget. I know I will. Bitch and Blood Golem number 1. Stay close. I'm sure there's a way I could turn this off, but I don't know how. This is pretty fast. Oh. Not that the players will even see this, but I'll see it and it'll irritate me. But we're almost done. Fix this token name. If we ever do play online with this, then the players would see it. So, okay, so now everybody's just a blood golem. Okay, so now that's kind of what that looks like. It's very subtle, the light effects. Let's go to dark mode. Almost doesn't look like there's an effect going. Let's go back to the token. Oh man, it didn't save it. Okay, that sucks. Well, I'll do a little more of this later, but let's, for right now, let's do the smoke patch. And we'll do the color burn. And attenuation. Man, he's all screwed up now. Of course I fucked it up. Man, what did I do? Oh, that's a crazy effect. Dang it. I don't mind that either, but they need to be able to see him. So for now, I'll fix it later. But for now, that's kind of what it looks like. Let's change up the soundtrack. Let's go to River of Blood. What do you know? Okay. So now we have blood golems in there. We actually have the creature in there. We have the asset in there. So you can see there's different golems in there. I'll fix the lighting later. So now let's go back to editing some more of what's actually going on in here instead of just the monsters. In here, there's like these spheres, and we're holding from an unbreakable wire from the ceiling. You have to smash them, and there's stuff in there. I don't want to give too much away, but it's a pretty easy and cool type of trick. So something that kind of gets me sometimes. Well, let's go up here. Let's do some sound. So up here, they get past the golems, they get to this room. And the only thing going on here is it's a turnstile. Oh, I do need to number the golems. Wonder if I should just write. Yeah, I can try. 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Well, just 5? Oh, it shows up on their token. I'll fix that later. Check. Look. Okay. So this turnstile, the characters will discover that the turnstile rotates in only one direction, counterclockwise. They can pass through it easily when moving to the east, this way, but it will probably have to be destroyed on the way back. A golem or strong character can rip it out with a successful athletics check. So it's stupid. It's a gimmick. It's actually a pretty strong athletics check, but you can see that they can't push it this way, and it's got this little barrier the other way. So what I was looking for this was actually some sound. I know I downloaded some sound. So I have this one. Nope, that's not what I was looking for. Wasn't looking for that one either. That's for something different. So I need to find sounds. Okay, that's what it is. So turnstile sounds. I'm just Googling it. Okay, YouTube. Oh, there's a sound effect on YouTube. I wonder if I can actually download it. Download turnstile sound effects. Let's see. That's pretty good. Nope. Oh, this sucks. Nope. Those are tokens. Turnstile old spin and row. Nope. Nope. That's pretty good. Nope. Nope. So I like the first one. Actually, I like this other one. It's too fast. Okay. We're gonna hit download on 3 free sounds, personal use. God, that's it. I don't want to start a free trial. Everything you gotta log in for. Now I'm not giving you my email. Let's find a different site. 200 download free turnstile sound. Okay. Can I play it? What is going on? Okay. Grocery store light. That's that's weird. It's got a lot of background noise. Turnstiles move. That's horrible. They're all horrible. That side sucked. I don't think I had anything in epic sound. Let me see. Turnstile. Oh, there is turnstile sounds. Ooh. That's not bad. Okay, I think I like the... No, it's too fast. Okay, I like that first one. All right, we're going to download that one. Have it up in my downloads folder somewhere. Turnstile 4. Okay. I gotta put it into my assets. Okay, so the idea is, and it's only gonna happen when the players actually go through it, so I don't know how I'm actually gonna do this, because normally you draw an ambient sound. I don't know if I can actually just put a sound effect. I would have to like remember it. Because I could limit the sound to just this as well. Volume easing, no. Constrained by walls, yes. Don't have elevation on. Darkness doesn't matter. Need to actually link the sound to it. Turnstile. So like it's there, and when a player comes near it, it'll actually keep making the sound, I think. Which is super annoying. I don't think I can turn off the loop. I know there's like a playlist thing I can do over here in music. I think I can just create a thing to play it once, but for right now, this exists. So it's not that big of a deal, at least for right now. Now moving on into this room. So this thing is different. This is geysers and chains. So the door opens onto a stone platform in a large natural cave. Opposite the entrance in the distance is another stone platform. Between them, a series of wooden discs is suspended from the ceiling by massive steel chains. So these are the discs suspended by massive steel chains. The cave floor seems to be covered in a pool of boiling mud. So what I kind of want to get here is a couple different sound effects. I don't know if I already added them in there. So first, let's zoom out. I'm going to add a sound effect in here. This needs to cover the whole. Okay. This one is going to be the bubbling pools. Yeah, the volume easing is fine. Let me turn the volume down a little bit and create. Turn that up. Actually turn it up. So I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is playing like a bubbling sound. That's supposed to be the mud bubbling. So the ceiling is 50 feet above the level of the platforms. The cave floor is 50 feet below. 2 spots in the mud are the locations of geysers. So the northern one erupts once every 5 minutes and the southern one every 3 minutes. The stone platform opposite the entrance is approximately 90 feet away. So 90 feet from here to here. So they're not jumping that. Basically, they have to jump on ever higher discs. They're about 4 feet in diameter and 3 feet apart. Each disc is attached to its chain by a giant staple fixed in the center, and they swing freely and tilt when weight is put upon them. So this is a fun one. The discs and chains, as well as the walls of the cavern, are covered with a wet, slippery algal scum. This coating gives off a feeble phosphorescent glow, so we're going to add some lighting in here. Climbing the chains or the walls requires a successful DC 15 strength athletics check, which I may not let him do. We'll see. When the geysers erupt, they reach nearly to the foot to the roof of the cavern, and creatures holding onto the discs or the chains might be washed off to fall into the boiling mud. The damage creature takes from a geyser depends on how close it is to the geyser. One of the reps. Creature that succeeds on a dex check takes half damage. In addition, the creature on a disc holding onto a chain when a geyser erupts must succeed on a strength saving throw or be knocked off and fall into the boiling mud. So I have where the geysers are. First one's about right here, and the other one, the northern one's about here. And there's, I mean, while the players are doing this, the geysers are going to come up. So I have a geyser sound. So it's going to be weird because I'm gonna have to find a plug-in where I can time sounds better. But yeah, when they hear that sound, it's gonna go off. So it's gonna, I think it's gonna affect these three discs. So I'll have to figure out the timing of this stuff. Constrained by walls, yes. Constrained by all, nope. Make it loud. So you're in this area. Do the geyser. Takes a minute. I listened to it before. You can hear it starting to. Yeah. I like it. Okay. And then over here, we're gonna have it affect these three discs. Laser. And we'll have it. Okay. So now I got the geyser sounds in there. For some reason, this wall, the way that the sound is going, is very odd. That's really weird. I don't know why it's like that. But what we can do is we'll go back to our sounds. We'll copy this guy. And we'll kind of add it down here. And it'll add to itself. Do another one. Just in case they end up over there for some reason. Then we're gonna do another one over there. But they're all kind of cumulative. So that one will cover that guy. For some reason, this stuff is weird over here. Okay, it looks like everything's covered. Now everything's covered. So now we need to add in the phosphorescent algae. So this is going to be a lot of cut and paste or copy and paste. Where this stuff is, we're just going to add in a light source. It's going to kind of be like this. And see, they can't see through this wall, but they can kind of see through that wall. So we're going to make it fairly visible. Something like that. I'm going to go ahead and darken. We're going to edit this light. So first off, it's going to be green. It's like a pukey green. We will keep it at 360. That's fine. As far as animation, I don't know if we need an animation. There's like a vortex. I don't want to make it a torch, although I don't mind the flickering. That's a fog. I kind of like the fog, to be quite honest. Here is a flickering light. See, it wouldn't flicker. Here's a ghostly light. Although that's not bad either, but that's more like an underwater effect. Serious emanation. I don't like that. I don't like the dome. So do we get to see you run it? Should we broadcast this? We do have some cameras set up in the shop. We could possibly set this up. It probably wouldn't be for about 6 weeks because the players are going into this first place called Renegade Garrison first, and then they're going to make their way to the volcano here and go through this. So, but we could probably set that up. Like I said, we still have the cameras and everything. So if you guys want to see it, I'll broadcast it. I don't think anybody is necessarily shy. Boiling mass isn't big. Although it's not quite what I'm looking for. The smoke patch is kind of what I'm looking for. Reduce the animation speed and the intensity. There we go. Okay. Probably Renegader. It'll probably just be on this channel versus the new channel, VG Athletics, but we're still setting that up. But yeah. Let me ask the group and everything on Wednesday, and we'll see if they're all down for it. I think most of them are. There may be one person who's a little shy, but I think he's okay. We can mess with the coloration here. Nope. And it can actually, ooh, that's not bad. Because it'll do an absorption. Kind of like that. All right, sounds good, Kale. So I'll probably run it. So I got natural light here and the low absorption. I kind of like the low absorption, to be quite honest. Look at, oh, that's too much luminosity. The attenuation. You guys want to see me run this, huh? I can be an asshole as a DM. You guys know me in real life pretty much, so imagine what I am to my players. So I'm tweaking the saturation. Ooh, look at that contrast. Yeah, something like that. I don't think we need the extra shadows in there. I think it's good without them. There we go. That is, oh, it provides vision. So it will be a light source for controlled tokens. And then we'll update that light source. So that's what it kind of looks like in the dark. Now I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it all over. And I kind of like how the light works in this. It kind of adds to that eerie glow. I'll show you what it looks like with a character here, especially with like a light spell, because it'll look a little different. But this dungeon, I am going to enforce some rules on it. Normally, we don't worry about light, and I just make light something that's, it it's kind of almost implied half the time because it's a pain in the ass to track. But I kind of want to make this one an experience, especially because I'm spending so much time on it, on doing this. I want to kind of make my characters like pay attention to things in D&D. I think we take for granted things like carry weight and light sources, and sometimes it's just not fun to track all that stuff, and it's like, people get in a hurry. We're only playing for a couple hours. Okay, so that's what the light sources kind of look like in there. That's what it looks like, kind of what the players will see, and I think it looks dope like that. Let me throw this back to daylight transition. So it's I mean, it's phosphorescent no matter what you do. You grab Smokey. I'll throw her here. So this is what the DM sees. Here's what Smokey would see with some light. Right, so if she were to be jumping to different platforms, things like that, it would still be pretty lit up. If she were to not have her light spell on, there goes the geyser. Oh, you're smoked. So that's no light spell, but she does have dark vision. So I don't know. It's just, she could also have a torch, right? Let's say she had what's a torch? 20 and 30, something like that, or 15 and 30. So she could kind of see the mud down below. And the rest of this would just be dark vision. So it should look halfway decent for the players. Let's see what it looks like at night. Actually, turning off the lights, because the lights will be turned off for the players. So that's what it looks like when it transitions to night. And that's what she would see. So I think the lichen lights up pretty well. And the description, you know, you obviously got to use your imagination, but I think that's pretty cool. Okay. I gotta have it on daylight mode to do stuff. Okay, what's next? Next is room number something. One with a sarcophagus in here. So this door opens into an area of utter blackness, and this is probably the last one we'll do tonight. So hopefully my players aren't watching. The room beyond this door is the lair of a vampire named Timir. He is compelled by a curse to remain here in a trance, except when roused to defend his treasure, which lies in a niche in the floor under his coffin. Which in the 5e version of Tales of the Yawning Portal, his coffin's back here, but I think it's fine right there because the room's actually bigger. This room is affected by a darkness spell, which the vampire is not hindered to because he has true sight. If the vampire needs to leave the area to pursue intruders, the door to this room is littered with tiny holes through which he can pass in mist form. If the magical darkness is dispelled, it renews again automatically at dawn. So long rest, boom, more darkness. So basically when the characters open the door, the whole room is dark, and none of my characters have true sight. You cannot see through a darkness spell with dark vision. The space beneath the coffin contains something special. One of the reasons why they're here. So I don't have any vampires in Asheron's Call. But I do have some monsters I created. So let's look at my homebrew creations. I don't want to put a golem in. So let me filter on stuff I have created. An Auric is like a bull. Banderling is like a it's pretty low CR 7. It's like a hobgoblin. There's a leader. We got all the golems. I don't want to do the darkness drudge. He is pretty tough. I have a different thing for him. I was thinking about doing an Empyrean Archon, but this guy is just for a spell. There's also the Golgotham, which is basically the shit golem, and he's super tough, challenge rating 15. I think I'm gonna save him for the end. A Madakar would be outside. illusions are basically giants. We could just create a new thing. There wouldn't be a drudge or an armadillo is basically an armadillo. Could do an Ulthoi, but this thing needs to be more intelligent. An Ulthoi is like a... It's hard to explain. Ulthoi is... It's like an insect thing, and it has pincers. They're already going to fight some of them in a different area. Omodin, that's the big bad guy. I was thinking about putting a shadow in there. So I have a bunch of different shadows. I have the boss, which is CR10. The Shadow Lord, CR10. Maybe I'll do the Lord. The Lord would be a good. What else? Well, I could do a Verendi. So a Verendi is like almost like a Puppet Master type of creature. It's CR12. That's pretty tough. Mindbender's CR10. The group is CR12. So I think I'm gonna do a Shadow Lord. CR10, but it's gonna pull some Verendi in. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay. So I'm gonna pull up the Shadow Lord. I'm gonna pull up the which one? Mindbender, CR10, the Archon is 12. So I'll have it do Mindbenders. So that's the Shadow Lord. Who looks dope. And the Verendi Mindbender. It floats. I think it's probably gonna call 2 of them. What was the Baron? Baron von Lahr? That's from a different adventure, I think. CR5 has a Ring of Protection. I don't remember what he was from. He is a white half-dragon veteran with a shapeshift. I think this was from Curse of Strahd, actually. Pretty sure. And it might have been a custom monster, or it's just something I created for that. Oh. Verendi Mindbender. This is a floating messed up creature. And then the Shadow Lord. So, I already have these in improved initiative, but we need to make some transparence in here. And then we need to add in our darkness. So, go find the picture. Oh, there he is. I have a bunch of different pictures, actually. This is the one made for him. Okay, so there's the Shadow Lord. You like the Shadow Lord? Yeah, I think it's a pretty dope picture. Let's see if it can actually remove the background. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Not bad at all. Actually, that's probably good enough. I need to merge down or flatten it. Yeah. See, when it works correctly, it's not too bad. I do need to base. Okay, he's gonna be pretty small, so not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep that, and we're going to export that. So Shadow Lord. Now we need to Photoshop. Seeing that coming out of the darkness was scary. Yeah, the thing is it's probably, I'll show you its stats here in a second. It's probably going to just start jacking people up like while there's darkness, right? Because it's going to hear them coming. And it has true sight. So, ooh, that removed a lot of the background. That did a really good job. I can magic eraser some of this. Just move it down. Some of that stuff. AI stuff they've been doing. It's really helpful. So I'm not super concerned. He has a scythe on him. I'm not super concerned that the players can't see that. At least not on this small picture that they're probably not going to pay much attention to, because they'll have the image of what he looks like on the improved initiative screen, and I'll demo that for you guys, what that looks like for the players. If you want to, Kalis, if you or your group want to try any of this stuff, let me know. I highly recommend Foundry. I've already said that, but whoops. I'll happily give you what resources I use and stuff like that. Export that. Okay. That down. Go back into our library. Load that guy. Name it Shadow. So I'm gonna come back in here, create another monster. We'll call it Shadow Lord. Picture. Okay, that's, you know, it's gonna change his freaking thing. I might as well just bring him in. I'll create the other guy first. Rindy, is this a Rindy Mindbend? The apps categories. We'll go ahead and close that guy. Say I'll mention it to my GM. He wrote the RPG. Oh, nice. He's using custom rolling. Okay. Put a lot of work into Roll20 to use the system, so I'm not sure you want to switch. That's fair. The nice thing about Foundry, one of the reasons I love it is because, I'll show you this. It has one. You do have to pay for Foundry. It's like $50. One-time fee for life, and it updates constantly. 2, it's system agnostic like Roll20, so it supports pretty much every system out there. 3, there is a ton of free plugins for it, like, and you can write your own if you want. And I mean, there's a ton, and then there's a ton of paid plugins. Like I have paid plugins that work with D&D Beyond. I have stuff from a couple of different guys I Patreon for, but there's a ton of stuff in the marketplace, and this is on Forge. Forge does a marketplace for this, but Foundry, there's a ton of free resources and things like that too. So I mean, a bunch. So that's one of the reasons I really like Foundry, because it's like, you know, it's that web platform that you can do so much with. Okay, so let's bring in our Shadow Lord. Oh, I was going to show you his stats. Okay, so the Shadow Lord is a medium undead. It is super impressive. I was like diehard Roll20. I paid for it, and then I was like, Roll20 is little tiny circles with pictures sometimes. The stuff I can do with this, with sounds, with lights, it was doing it before Roll20 even updated their software to do it, and it does it better, and it constantly updates. So, Shadow Lord, it has ethereal armor. He is CR10. He can move through other creatures and objects, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm just going to give him True Sight. Normally, he would just have Dark Vision of 120. So I'll just do that as a DM for this scenario. But he has multi-attack. He has Shadow Claws. He can do a Strength Drain like a lot of undead. I didn't give him a description for some reason. His bonus action, he can use Hide as a bonus action. Not super tough. But since there's dim light or darkness and shadows, and they're probably not going to use sunlight spells in the dungeon, so his big thing is he's going to have these Verendi, who are aberrations, and they are all about magic and telekinesis and stuff, right? So, and they actually float. So 10th level spellcaster, they can do not a ton of spells right here. Mind Spike's a good one. They like to dominate charm, so that's a big thing with them. And then they can just do telekinetic slams, telepathic assaults. How many people have high enough intelligence saving throw to not take psychic damage, right? And that's a recharge roll still. The psychic grasp, it can be charmed really easy. And so that's what the Mindbender does. And then the Shadow Lord's commanding them. So this should be a tough battle. The Shadow Lord over here, respectful Shadow Lord. Oh, get rid of that. I might actually name him at some point. I might ask ChatGPT to. Now he does have. I'm gonna say he has 100. Well, we'll give him 60 feet of. Well, that's green. I don't like that. Tremor Sense is weird. Here, I'll show you what Tremor Sense looks like. You can do monochromatic, dark vision, or I'll probably just do light amplification because they're not going to see that. This is just what he sees, right? And you can change some. You can do. There's so much you can do with this stuff. You can change his vision color, shit like that. It's crazy. You can make it white, right? You can make it red. You can make it black. You can make it for colors. It's crazy. We'll have him seeing some reds. He's a shadow. Change his attenuation and his vision brightness and the saturation. You can do this with players too, by the way. Again, you can go to advanced options and change things, and it's crazy. Not that important for him because they won't see that, only I'll see that. Let's see what else. I probably want to make him a little bigger. Even though he is a medium creature, I do want him to be pretty impressive. So I'll probably make him about, because his token kind of, it's pretty good size. And as far as light, I should take his light. He is all about. He's all about darkness. I don't want him. I want him to suck in light. I wonder if there's a plug. No, there's like the light absorption. If that actually do. Probably not. But regardless, so there's the Shadow Lord. Oh my god, I closed it. Okay. That's what happened last time. As I closed it, I didn't update token. Well, that's good, because then I can change some of that stuff. I didn't want to go too crazy with his vision. He's going to have light up. 60 feet. Maybe I'll just give him dark vision. Maybe I'll just give him basic vision. Let's see. I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. They can also do auras, like I can make him radiate an aura. Absorb? It's not gonna. Okay, well, I'll mess with that stuff later. Update his token. Boom. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring in a Verindi. And Domineering. This token. It's gonna have vision. There's no, okay, it's definitely no lightness. I should have him do like an ear. Have him do 3 feet, 5 feet. Then we'll have him do 1 foot. 5 and 1. And I kind of want to do like a purplish. Let's see what that looks like. Not bad. I want to scale him up like that. There you go. Where's animation? Let's see what we got. Like he uses almost like a necrotic type energy. I don't like the field. It's the ghostly light. That's pretty good. Might lower the intensity here. Actually, let me up intensity. Lower the speed. Halo, it's I like the color burn. Is that pretty nice? Okay, for now, that's pretty good. Lower the intensity. Okay. So that's good for now. We're gonna update that token. We're gonna copy it, paste it. And then it's the original guy. The delighted. Token, since he has all the same stuff as the other one. 8. Now I can take these guys. Oh, I need to make a scale. It's that big. Yeah, right. So now, oh, I don't, where is it? Make him invisible? Is that invisible? Status. There's invisible. Boom. So invisible. And I will the Shadow Lord invisible. Okay. I'll just pop him into the center. So now, like, if Smokey shows up, she wouldn't see any of them because it's how it is. So now I got to be able to do some kind of a light effect. And I might just have it to where they can't open the door. But I need to make it so darkness affects the whole. Boom. Turn dark mode on. Fog of War. So we want to try to like legitimately make the light color black. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I don't know how that works. Color intensity would be high. Let's see. Light radius, emission angle. I don't think we actually need an animation. Does not provide vision. I guess we just do shadows. Maybe that's not the. I wonder if we have to have an animation present to do this. Cool. Specify a range of the darkness levels during which that should be all sources. Okay, so there's like the red, right? Let me get as close to dark as we can. Okay, there's the blackness. All right. Whew, okay. So that's the black hole effect. That's the full shadow effect. We want it to be dark. Before we do that, let's mess with the animation. Can we just do none? Just change the shadows? Yeah, we can. We can just kind of do that. Mess with the colors too. Velocity from 0.5 to 1. Nope. I definitely don't want that. Oh, that's what we want. Yeah, something like that. If the shadows would even matter, yeah, it would. So they would have to definitely walk in here and dispel this. Then I want to add a different light source in here as well. So we're going to update this light source. Then I'm going to turn that off. We're going to add a different light source in here, right above it. That's going to cover the whole room. This will be, once they dispel it or whatever, then this will be what it actually kind of looks like. Thinking it's going to be like a dark bluish. Looks pretty good. Make it a little more intense. Animation, let's see. I like the smoky, you know, when things get real smoky or foggy. Let's look at the ghostly light. It's the torch effect. It's not bad. It centers there. Vortex is yellow for some reason. We don't want a rainbow. Starlight's not bad. Mysterious emanation. Let's mess with this one. Should it provide vision? Probably not. Turtle halo is. Oh, that's crazy looking. That's not bad. Natural light one's not bad at all. Let's take luminosity up. Yeah, there we go. Transition. So I want to keep it pretty dark in there. Saturation. Contrast. It changes everything. And then the shadows. Probably get just a little shadow. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's way too expensive a color. Something like that. Might play with it a little bit more. Slow down the end. Here we go. Okay. So we'll update that source, and then that way we can just flip them on and off. If I hit that, it'll override it. I can turn it off. Oh, this is what you actually see. And I can turn that. So that if we'll turn the lights back on, we'll go to, where did I put Smoky? So we'll pretend we're Smoky up here. The freaking grid seems to be off. Why is the grid off? Actually, the grid in here is fine. It's the grid up here that's being stupid. Okay, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But then, you know, this is what we see as the DM, right? But a Smoky, the door opens. That's what Smoky's seeing. And that light should be on. See, I don't like it that she can see that. So maybe we can't do anything for like a darkness type spell. I'll have to take another look. That's kind of what I was getting at. That Smoky would not be able to see in there. Playing with this stuff, it gets kind of crazy. That's vision, no. Shadow. It's like that. Should be like that. See, but then the light gets kind of weird with Smoky there. I'm Smoky. I'm going up there. The door's closed. Everything's fine. I open up the door and it's like, oh, and then, oh, that's pretty, okay, that works because the darkness starts seeping out. It's like, yeah, your character's right there. And that's what they would see what happens when they come in. Okay. It does that. But still, I mean, they can't really see nothing even if they're standing right there. That works. What about a blinding spell? It would be like a bright light shining in your eyes and can't see anything. That's kind of what I was going for, just the opposite effect. As far as spell effects in here, I don't have a lot of the plugins that do the really cool ones because I don't feel like paying $4 for one. So there is some that do. There is some special effects in here. Like I could do a fireball effect or explode. I can do blasts and stuff like that. I would have to look up probably a specific darkness effect. I have to override things. There's particle effects in here, like weather, like fog. No, I would have to probably specifically. I can invert the effect too. I think this works, you know, because if I close the door, that kind of works. Because even at their best, that's as much as they can see of the room. And as I bring them in the room, they can't see shit. So I think that works. It's kind of what I'm going. So that works. At least for me, it works. Then I'll just have to remember to turn the lights on and off. This room. Ooh, let's see what that looks like. Okay. It's not what we're really going for. This light anyway. We're going for like a purple. Oh, it's because of the dark vision? Maybe. It's probably the other light that's messing it up. Do I like that? Yeah, me too. Well, it's probably the luminance. Something like know what we're going for. Smoking. Natural. Yes, but maybe not. No. No, luminance is probably the best. All right, it's good enough. Um, if we go back to smoky, okay, that adds kind of an eerie glow. You know, I like that. Turn them both off for now. So I think the only other thing I wanted to do was now you guys know what's in that room. So I wanted to bring the tabletop audio up here. I want to look for something. Now remember, this is supposed to be like a vampire room, right? One, I want something in the hallway after the boil, toil, and trouble here. And I don't want that to have something leading up to it, and then something in this room that signifies ghosts, right? Oh. So let's look for pending. Let's see. Actually, let's look for um let's look through these here. Because they're gonna be sitting there just debating on what to do and things like that. Probably not. Uh River of Blood. Sound probably like a river. Actually, I wonder if we can just get ambient music. Um, Sometimes they have it. Alien Nightclub. Uh, I have other things I can look for as far as that stuff too. Here's In the Shadow. It's just very. I like that. That's a good idea. So okay, I like the bats. I'm just save In the Shadows. Let me look for. Cave of Time. That's the only thing with bats. See, it's a cave. It has bats fluttering. I've heard this before. Can I hear them? Now I want something with the battle. Ghost. Ghosts of Appalachia. So, eh. On me, Nightmare. Let's see what Nightmare sounds like. It's not really battle. Disembodied spirits. A little bit of music, mostly ambiance. Okay. House on the hill. Okay. That's not bad. But there's a clock ticking. There's no clock in there. Oh, how about haunt? That's not bad. That's pretty good. What about Whispering Caverns? This is kind of a cave. That's pretty dark. I think that's the winner. So we're going to save that one. Okay. Now we have to bring in. We have. Which one did I just play? Shadows? Yeah, the Shadows and Whisper. Uploading the assets. Okay. So now we're going to go do another music effect. I want to open both of these. So there's a little bit of that sound that's coming in there. Probably that guy. That's okay. Right there, where it cuts off on either end. We're going to. This was shadow. I'm gonna do straighten my walls. Yes. Turn it on. Nice. Okay. Then we're gonna do another one. Probably down here a little bit. Circular. See what that looks like when we hit. The characters will hear that no matter what. Probably do that. Take this to Whispering Caverns. Paste this one over here. Paste another one. So it doesn't matter where in the room they are. Does that actually get louder? Yeah, it does. So we'll crank this down to something like here. Or I can just turn off volume easing. Because it doesn't freaking matter. Now they all need to be the same volume, so okay, so they should all be. They're all the same. Okay, good. So now Smokey in here. That's the music they'll hear when they enter. And then when they move up here, the music will switch. It doesn't fade in and out, which is what I kind of wanted to do. But oh, that's something we need to do here is turn off the easing. I need it like a easy in, easy out type thing. And they'll end up going here. And they get the bubble. So there we go. That's how that's done. And then just to show you guys some more tricks and tips here. You see that Smokey has been to all these different areas, right? Even though, you know, like she's seen this stuff before. That's why it's kind of big. She's never been in this room. That's why only I, the DM, can see it. Let me actually, let's do this. I'll bring up another forge window and I'll show you. So this is what I do at the shop is I'll log in as an account that can control all the other accounts. So it's just like a single one. And usually I'll be like a Torch or a single character or something like that. So this will be what characters will see. Taking a long time. Gotta do my bad habit. Okay, what else? What else? Well, while that's going, I will show you what the characters see over here as well. So I can do a player view, copy a URL, and I will boom. So I know this background is out of the abyss, but this is what the players will see on improved initiative. So it's just Jawa's character, Smoky Dawn, right? And then let's say I actually started combat with all these other creatures. Well, I can choose, I can put in their initiative or whatever, just let it roll randomly. Then I can click that. And you'll see that the illusion, which is the bad picture of a D&D giant, came first. And you can see they're healthy. So let's say Smokey hit it with a fireball for 50 damage. As she hit it, now it's hurt, right? And they can actually come in here online and suggest damage. Like, let's say they did 50 more damage. And click that, and then I get a note as the DM, hey, should I accept the 50 damage? Sure. Then when I go to the next turn, it shows Smokey's picture come up. And then when I go to the next creature, it shows the Tumarok warrior, which looks like an orc. And so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. And I can in the encounter, and it saves it where it's at, and I can clear that out. I can move them around. I can bring Smokey down here, change initiative order, do all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty neat. And Foundry is taking its sweet ass time. There we go. Ooh. They're still in the town of Holberg. Okay. Need to activate this scene. There we go. So now this is odd because it's supposed to be Smokey's view. I'm not sure where all these lights are showing up. That light does provide vision, but you shouldn't be able to see it. Let me reset the fog of war. So they shouldn't also be able to see those notes. So see how they can't see the rest of the map? It's completely black. Whereas from the DM view, if I click on Smokey, I can see stuff. Oh, I should unpause the game. Yeah. Don't know why they can see the notes. That's kind of weird. I'll have to fix that. But I always test this stuff before the players actually go in. So this is actually what Smokey would do to play, right? And that would update on my screen, Smokey moving over there. So they can come down here. Oh, token collided with something. So they can move their character there. They can even open that door. They can come down here. And they're gonna hear this. Oh, I should move off of that. I gotta turn off the DM preview. They come down here, they'll open that door, and of course we don't have our stuff turned on. We should turn that on. And so here's what Smokey would see. She opened the door. It'd be dark. Probably getting jacked up. Let's say they dispelled it, and then now they see this weird light. They hear the music. Right. Let's see, she goes back up there. And I can restrict the movement and stuff on here to where only I can control them. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do. That door's open. The token's colliding with something again. So they can only see as much as they can see, right? I have this ability turned on to where they can drag and see stuff. But, I don't have any music set up over there. And there's, oh, the turnstile, the sound. Yeah, anyway, as they come down, there's the golems that we created. And as we come down here, there's these lights are messing me up here, the algae lights. So now they hear the water. She shouldn't be able to just see those lights. So it's a little weird. Let's take these two lights by the stairs. It's because I have provides vision. Yeah, and now they're gone. So I'll have to take away provides vision, basically. Which sucks because now I gotta do it for all of them, I think. Nope. Create that. So that means I gotta click on every single one of these lights, and or just get rid of them all, and that would clear every light. Yeah, I'll probably just be lazy and actually no, I'll actually go through and click every single one of them, turn that thing off. But then she, you know, Smokey, as she comes down, the lights will work. If I go into her token, I turn off her light, like she'll still have that light. And for people with no dark vision, it should actually provide light. Should. Oh, I'm not even in dark mode. I think. Enjoyed watching, going to bed. My mom always told me if I was in bed by 10, I better come home. You guys have a great night. All right, Gator, you take care, brother. We'll see you later. I'm almost done anyway. So, yeah, so Smokey still shouldn't be able to see very well here. There. 0, 0. Vision. Vision enabled. Oh, it's because there's a 60 on there. Update. Aha, now they can't see shit. But these little lights kind of give a little bit of ambiance, I guess. And now they can kind of see that. They're not going to know what that is, hopefully. I don't know why they can see that text. Shouldn't be able to. Because there's a freaking wall around it. But I guess that doesn't matter, so I'll have to go in and delete that. That was just a note for me. And Smokey can't go past this force field either, so. So anyway, I think that's probably about it. Let me know what you guys think besides Kalis and Gator. Yeah, thank you guys for watching live. I appreciate the comments, keeping me going. I have a lot of work to do in here still. I've really only worked on the east side, but they're moving on up. I got to do this room and this thing, and there's a whole lot to this funhouse dungeon here. This is gonna be fun. This little lazy river here. So interesting stuff. You know, like I said, they're probably not even gonna get to this for 6 weeks, so I still have quite a bit of time to get stuff done. So with that, I think it's time to bounce out. Thanks for showing us all of the tools. I had no idea there's so much tech. Yeah, there's so much tech, Kalis. Like it's ridiculous. There really is. And this is not even everything I use. Like I will pull up, I mean, I use Epidemic Sound for stuff and the way I get sound effects and where I get maps from. And like if I go over to Renegade Garrison, you can see that, you know, like they can move through this guy. This guy has walls. These are generated by the Dungeon Alchemist program, right? So if I move Rexus around, these lights are automatically put in and stuff like that. So there's a lot you can do, and I'm barely scratching the surface. It's fun. And yeah, let me talk to the guys about actually streaming this out when it comes time to do that. And if you guys can think of any other cool monsters, like crazy stuff, hit me up on the Discord, hit me up in this chat, or a comment on the video or something. If you have ever played Ashran's Call, or you think, hey, put these guys in here, I already have quite a few of the AC monsters, but I'm willing to create new ones as well. Let me know. Other than that, I guess I'll see you next time. It's 11 o'clock. Time to say goodnight, Gracie. See you guys next time.